All right, so then I was thinking, hey, what better place to show you what all this can do than here in the dungeon? So you can see this leaf crystal is just firing at everybody, along with my minions, of course. It's killing everybody. I haven't even spawned my queen spider. There you go, queen spider. And rampage. Hey there, people. So today I'm going to tell you about Chlorophyte equipment. So think about Chlorophyte. I showed you the Chlorophyte farm in the last episode, so I've got lots of it. Um, Chlorophyte requires 6 ore for each bar, so that's, I believe, the most ore that you need to form a single bar in this game. As I say, I've got plenty of it. I've gone ahead and made 72 bars. I've got some more left as well. But you can see here, if I go to make the bars, uh, 6 ore each bar. Anyway, so to do the Chlorophyte armor requires 54 bars to do with just one headpiece, or 78 bars to do all three pieces of headgear. So that's translates to 324 ore with just one headpiece, or 468 ore for all of it. It's as you can see here, in fact, 24 bars to do the plate mail. Let's go ahead and do that. It's 12 for any one of these headpieces. I've been doing ranged weapons lately, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. But you can see the headgear gives you magic bonuses, the mask gives you melee bonuses, and the helmet does the ranged bonuses. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll need to do the greaves. That's 18 bars. And let's go ahead and put those on. There we go. Forgot about the right clicks, quick switch. So you can switch back and forth just by right clicking. Anyway, so set bonus. You can see I now have this green crystal above my head. So that's a leaf crystal. And the leaf crystal automatically attacks your enemies. I'll show you that in a little bit. How it works, though, is that the leaf crystal automatically attacks. It fires 2 actual volleys of projectiles. Each projectile does 100 damage, so that's pretty powerful, and it's automatic. So one set is fully automatic. Like any enemy nearby, it's going to go ahead and shoot at them, but it does not pass through blocks. And also won't target through blocks. The second volley, though, occurs when enemies take damage, whether you attack them or something else causes them to take damage, and those ones actually do target and pass through blocks. So it's good for AFK farming in that sense. Put a couple lava traps around and it'll go ahead and shoot at them, that kind of thing. So also for melee players, I should note, instead of creating the Chlorophyte armor, you can do the turtle armor. In fact, I have 1 turtle shell here, but you need 3 to do the turtle armor set. You get those from giant tortoises when you're in the jungle and underground jungle. It's a 1 in 17 chance, so you're going to have to fight a lot of tortoises to get that, but it's very powerful for melee players. And the turtle armor, in turn, can be upgraded to beetle armor after you defeat Golem. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that. In fact, I was kind of debating, is the Chlorophyte armor an upgrade for me or not? Well, with the leaf crystal, it kind of is. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't be, because my my frost armor already gives me the really cool frostbite debuff inflicted on my enemies. So it's debatable. We'll see which one I decide to use for my next boss fight, which is going to be Plantera. Anyway, you also get the opportunity with Chlorophyte to upgrade all of your equipment and your weapons. So let's just go ahead and look at these. There's the drill. The only real reason to do the drill or the pickaxe is that they have +1 range. You can see that there in the description. Otherwise, they don't let you mine any new blocks. They're not any faster, but they do give you +1 range, so that's a good reason to use it. There's also a chainsaw. There's a great axe. Now that obviously does a lot of damage there, 78 melee damage. So you could even use the great axe, and also the warhammer does even more melee damage. So that's a good melee weapon actually. There's also a jackhammer, which is actually slower and less powerful, I think, in terms of a hammer, but it functions more like a chainsaw or a drill that you just kind of like use it like a tool, you know, instead of like whacking away block by block. It just kind of, it's automatic. The shot bow here, now this is interesting. Um, The thing about this is that it, instead of firing, like I've got a repeater here, I've got an old adamantite repeater that I've had for a while. It doesn't do more damage. You see, my adamantite actually already does 56. Now that's because it's got a modifier on it. But the adamantite or titanium, or actually even better, the hallowed repeater, those ones all actually do more damage per shot. But the chlorophyte shot bow fires three. Oh, 2 to 4 arrows while consuming only one. So it uses one arrow, but it shoots anywhere between 2 and 4, 2, 3, or 4. And so each one does that much damage. So it depends on your enemy. If they have a lot of defense, you might be better off with like a hallowed repeater, if you're using a repeater. But otherwise, this might be better because you can inflict a bunch of arrows at once and use less ammo. So there's that. And also the chlorophyte bullets are an interesting one. I'm not going to show you those right now. I might show you those in my boss fight. We'll see what I decide to do there. But chlorophyte bullets are homing bullets, actually. So if you're using guns like I am, I've got my mini shark here at the moment, or sorry, mega shark. If you're using bullets, then you make some chlorophyte bullets. They're reasonably powerful bullets, but the important thing is they're homing bullets. So you don't even have to aim really. You just aim and you just shoot, and they're going to home in on your target. The only problem is, of course, they're not going to shoot exactly where you want them to shoot necessarily. But if you have one big enemy, it's not a problem, right? Or if you have a lot of small ones. So yeah, chlorophyte bullets are homing bullets. So that's very helpful. Now, something I did along the way here as well. I was fighting some spiders. So I've got spider fangs here, although that's actually not the really cool thing, but let's show you what I'm going to make with that is the queen spider staff. Now this is it's like a minion, but it doesn't count towards your minion quota because you have a limit on the number of minions that you can have. So you can see this is my little queen spider. She doesn't move, but she does damage enemies. I'll maybe show you that later as well after I finish describing all of the things here. But what I was really after was the poison staff. Now you can see 53 magic damage. It just fires like, I think it's 3 here, 4. Okay, yeah, I think that's variable as well. I made notes, but I didn't know how many it fires at a time. Anyway, the point is the poison staff does base damage is 48 magic damage. Mine's a little higher because of modifiers, but and then it has a 75% chance of inflicting the poison debuff. Now, if you've been hanging around in the jungle and you've been poisoned, you know what I'm talking about. Poison debuff, it's a 75% chance that the poison staff will inflict that, minus 2 health per second times 10 seconds for the poison staff will inflict that on your enemies if they're not immune. But more importantly, what I wanted to do while I'm getting chlorophyte is I wanted to use the poison staff and some chlorophyte bars, poison staff and 14 chlorophyte bars to make the venom staff. So yeah, the poison staff has a 2.5% drop rate. In other words, you're gonna have to kill about 40. It's from the black recluses in the spider biomes, you know, those little areas where you get a bunch of spiders underground. So you're gonna have to kill somewhere around 40 of them to get the poison staff. But you can combine that with 14 chlorophyte bars to get the venom staff, and this is much more powerful. So where the poison staff has a base of 48 magic damage, 75% chance of inflicting that poison debuff that's annoying when you're in the jungle. The venom staff has a base of 63 magic damage. Now mine's getting us get 75 here, along with some extra stuff. But you can see here, along with that, well, let's show you what it shoots here. See, same idea, but instead of green, it's purple, and I think you get one extra little venom fang there. But it's more powerful magic damage, and instead of the poison debuff, it actually has, instead of a 75% chance of inflicting the poison debuff, it's a 100% chance. In other words, it's always going to inflict the venom debuff. And where the poison debuff is minus 2 health per second, the venom debuff is minus 6 health per second. and the Poison Staff only did the poison for 10 seconds. Venom Staff does Venom for 30 seconds. So in other words, you hit an enemy with this, and they're going to lose 180 health over 30 seconds. So that's going to be really useful in my next boss fight. I'll show you that. Also, as far as the Chlorophyte bars, Chlorophyte ore that turns into bars, you're going to need Chlorophyte bars to make Shroomite bars if you want to do the next upgrade of ranged stuff, ranged armor after you defeat Plantera. And you're also going to need Chlorophyte if you want to make Spectre bars, which is if you want to do your next upgrade of magic armor after you defeat Plantera. What is that? Alright, so let's go find some enemies. Alright, so then I was thinking, hey, what better place to show you what all this can do than here in the dungeon? So you can see this leaf crystal is just firing at everybody, along with my minions, of course. It's killing everybody. I haven't even spawned my Queen Spider. There you go, Queen Spider. And then we've got, of course, my Venom Staff. I don't think there's really anybody here powerful enough to take much from that. So I don't really even have to do much here. And, you know, just everything. Oh, there's something I'm gonna want. All right. And yeah, I mean, everything dies. And another thing I found along the way, actually, which I wanted to keep as a bit of a surprise, is the Clinger Staff. I just happened to defeat, it was a Corrupt Mimic. Those drop this. So watch this. That just creates, well, it's a line. But if anything touches that, it's very dead. You might have to trust me on that. Because everything's dying too fast anyway. But yeah, it creates a wall of flame, and that actually puts in that Cursed Inferno debuff, which if you watch my mechanical boss fights, you may recall that's a powerful debuff as well. So having all these weapons that inflict debuffs is going to be very, very useful for me. So, well, that's most of what I wanted to show you. Chlorophyte armor, I showed you the Chlorophyte farm last time, so there's a lot of powerful stuff you can get with Chlorophyte. You're going to need it to create some more powerful stuff yet after you defeat Plantera as well. So, yeah. Hope you like what I showed you today. Thanks for watching the video. Give it a like if you like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.